Ethereum value equivalent to $3,556.17 a coin. The present exchanged cost range $3,514.9, $3,584.55. The earlier day close $3,561.10. The change was 493s on 14%. Backwards rate ICE to ETH. Dollar to Ethereum conjecture for June 2024. Initially cost at 0.261 coins. Excessive cost 0.282, while lows 0.245. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.263. The US to ETH figure toward the month's end 0.263. Change for June 8%. US to ETH expectation for July 2024. Initially cost at 0.263 coins. Excessive cost 0.2863, while lows at 219. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.245. The US to ETH figure toward the month's end 0.235, change for July 10.6%. Dollar to Ethereum gauge for August 2024. To start with cost at 0.235 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.235, while lows up at 0.94. They found the middle value of cost 0.218. The US to ETH gauge toward the month's end 0.208, change for August 11.5%. US to ETH expectation for September 2024. To start with cost at 0.208 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.208, while lows at 0.79. They found the middle value of cost 0.197. The US to ETH gauge toward the month's end 0.191, change for September 8.2%. Dollar to Ethereum gauge for October 2024. In the first place, cost at 191 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.23, while lows to 176. They found the middle value of cost 190. The US to ETH gauge toward the month's end 0.88, change for October 1.6%. US to ETH expectation for November 2024. First and foremost, cost at 188 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.97, while lows are 171. They found the middle value of costs 185. The US to ETH estimate toward the month's end 183, change for November 2.7%. Dollar to Ethereum estimate for December 2024. First and foremost, cost at 183 coins. Excessive costs 195, while lows 169. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 182. The US to ETH figured toward the month's end 181, change for December 1.1%. US to ETH expectation for January 2025. Before all else, cost at 181 coins. Excessive costs 189, while lows 164. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 178. The US to ETH figure toward the month's end 176, change for January 2.8%. Dollar to Ethereum conjecture for February 2025. At the outset, cost at 176 coins. Excessive costs 189, while lows on 164. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 176. The US to ETH conjecture toward the month's end 175, change for February 6%. US to ETH expectation for Walk 2025. Before all else, cost at 175 coins. Excessive costs 184, while lows 160. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 173. The US to ETH figure toward the month's end 171, change for spring 2.3%. Dollar to Ethereum figure for April 2025. Before all else, cost at 171 coins. Excessive costs 171, while lows to 140. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 158. The US to ETH conjecture toward the month's end 150, change for April 12.3%. US to ETH expectation for May 2025. At the outset, cost at 150 coins. Excessive costs 160, while lows 139. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 150. The US to ETH conjecture toward the month's end 49, change for May 0.7%. Dollar to Ethereum conjecture for June 2025. At the outset, cost at 149 coins. Excessive costs 149, while lows 20. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 137. The US to ETH figure toward the month's end 28, change for June 14.1%. US to ETH expectation for July 2025. Initially cost at 128 coins. Excessive costs 135, while lows 117. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 27. The US to ETH figure toward the month's end 26, change for July 1.6%. Dollar to Ethereum figure for August 2025. Before all else costed 126 coins. Excessive costs of 161, while lows to 126. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 141. The US to ETH figure toward the month's ends on 150, change for August 19%. As to ETH expectation for September 2025. Before all else costed 150 coins. Excessive costs are 150, while lows to 121. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 138. The US to ETH figure toward the month's ends on 129, change for September 14%. Dollar to Ethereum gauge for October 2025. To start with, cost at 129 coins. Exorbitant costs on 162, while lows on 129. They found the middle value of costs on 143. The US to ETH gauge toward the month's ends on 151, change for October 1%. As to ETH expectation for November 2025. At the outset, cost at 151 coins. Excessive costs on 175, while lows are 151. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 160. The US to ETH conjecture toward the month's ends on 163, change for November 9%. Dollar to Ethereum conjecture for December 2025. At the outset, cost at 163 coins. Excessive costs on 163, while lows are 131. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 150. The US to ETH estimate toward the month's end on 141, change for December 5%. Plus to ETH expectation for January 2026. Before all else cost at 141 coins. Excessive costs are 180, while lows to 141. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 157. The US to ETH figure toward the month's ends or 167, change for January 4%. Dollar to Ethereum figure for February 2026. Before all else cost at 167 coins. Excessive costs on 214, while lows on 167. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 187. The US to ETH figure toward the month's ends on 199, change for February 2%. As to ETH expectation for Walk 2026. At the outset, cost at 199 coins. Excessive cost 0.255, while lows are 199. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 223. The US to ETH conjecture toward the month's ends on 237, change for spring 1%. Dollar to Ethereum conjecture for April 2026. Initially cost at 237 coins. Excessive cost 0.237, while lows to 199. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 222. The US to ETH figure toward the month's ends on 213, change for April 1%. US to ETH expectation for May 2026.